It's the button by the power button. It should automatically.
Okay, Jack, if you want to like post in, or somebody post in the group that if they go to my YouTube channel, they can watch it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think we're good now.
Is it going to be recorded?
I think it is. Does YouTube live record?
Yes, what?
Oh, well, thanks a lot.
If you already broadcasted it?
I did.
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, recording though? Yeah, it'll record and then it'll all save for it again. Once you stop. So it's broadcasting right now.
But I just said something to you three and none of you did it.
No, I'm
Oh, you are?
I just need to YouTube.
Oh, it's youtube.com/Mindy Wender.
Okay.
Hey guys, I think we're gonna, should we start, Marty? Do you think that I should wait? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly go through this welcome. Hang on 1 second, because I just have to get this one slide up. So first of all, welcome everybody to Super Saturday. I'm so excited. So is everyone local here? Who's not local? So where did you guys drive from? Oh. Yay! Okay, where are you from? Appleton. Was there no Super Saturday in Green Bay or Appleton?
I don't know. My husband's family lives up here. So.
Oh yeah. I think that were we messaging?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. So Jackie, can you go to the next slide? Real quick. So I'm going to go into just a little bit. Who is not a coach? Marty.
Why not?
Are you
I can stay or leave, whatever you
Can
need.
you stay? No, I'm just kidding. Wait, is the video downloaded?
Yeah, the video's on.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay, you're free to leave. Thank you, Marty. Everyone give Marty a round of applause.
One more slide.
Yeah, I don't know if that matters. Okay. Okay, so anyways, what I'm going to go through for the coach. Well, who wasn't a coach? Raise your hand again. Sorry. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go through. The slides aren't up here.
Oh, sorry.
Speaker before he leaves.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, I'm going to go through a little bit about what Beachbody is all about, like the big picture of everything. And some of you may have been on the surge this week. I think it was Monday. And I did kind of go over this a little bit, but I had like 10 minutes on there. So I want to go a little more in detail. I won't take longer than 10 minutes so we don't have time. But Beachbody is like no other company out there. And I know this because I have been to corporate. I've got to hang out with Carl Deichler and Michael Neiman and Jeff Hill, and they are so down to earth, and they're all about the coaches, okay? And another thing is, it's not about sales. That's something else that really sets Beachbody apart from other companies, is that they're really not about sales. And once my slide gets up here, I'm going to tell you something else. So what Beachbody does is they put programs together, recognition programs like Success Club. Is everyone familiar with what Success Club is? Raise your hand if you are not. Okay. Success Club is Beachbody's way of rewarding you, or if you decide to join, they will reward you for helping somebody else. You will get a point for helping somebody in a challenge group or getting somebody on Shakeology. And when you get these people in a challenge group, for those of you who have hosted challenge groups, they are awesome. You get 5, 10, or 3 to 10 people in a group, all in there like a family, a community, all working out, drinking Shakeology, eating better, holding them accountable, and that is changing somebody's life. So as you can see this picture here, I have Success Club is one of the ways that Beachbody has developed a recognition program to help coaches serve more people. Elite is something that Beachbody, a recognition program that Beachbody put together.
Sorry, just went off.
Okay. Can you go to that slide again? Elite is something that Beachbody, a program that Beachbody put together to help coaches push to serve more people like with Success Club, but also to build a tribe, to build a team of leaders who are also doing the same thing, that have that mission, that purpose, that fire in their belly, that they just want to serve other people. And so when you think of like other companies, I always think, okay, I couldn't, like seriously, when I first heard about Beachbody, I had no idea it was like a network marketing company, but I was familiar with network marketing because I had somebody in my family that joined, and I just was, not that I had anything against network marketing at all, but I was like, there's no way I'm going to be hosting a home party, and there's nothing wrong with home parties either. But for me, I was super shy. I was like, I'm not going to talk in front of a group of people like you guys, because I would be scared, even if it was like 6 people. That would just scare me so badly that I would never move out of my comfort zone to do something like that. But where was I going with this? Seriously. Network marketing. So what sets Beachbody apart from other companies like that is that they're about sales, okay? They're about pushing sales, not really pushing sales, but that's your goal, is to sell your product. And I'm not saying that you're not supposed to sell your product with Beachbody, but it's really, you have to have a bigger purpose. Because I don't know any coach, elite coach, successful coach, who is in this company that pushes sales. I just don't. I know coaches that have sent people other places, like saying, you know what, this might not be for you, so maybe you should go here. You know, you always have to have the right intentions, and you have to have that, like I said, that fire in your belly and that purpose, and really believe in what you're doing. Believe that this is not sales, this is changing lives. Okay, so that's a big picture of Beachbody. There's other things like the challenge groups I told you about, advancing in rank, elite, the Team Beachbody Cup, which is going to be starting in a little bit, and we'll go over that in a second. But all of those things that you do every single day, if you work on a daily to-do list, doing all the tasks that Beachbody recommends that you do, it's literally changing lives. It's not about the money or the sale or the Success Club point or the trips. All that is sweet, don't get me wrong, but it's about the lives that you touch and the lives that you change. And so I just put this little picture together. Like the top picture is when we went to, I took all my diamond leaders to Cabo, and then see that before and after picture? That's amazing. That's my coach, Melissa. She lost all her weight with TurboFire and actually Weight Watchers and Shakeology. And then this is our mastermind dinner at Summit. We're in there. Disney World, we all got a trip to Disney World. And then this is all my Star Diamond coaches on my team. Can you turn to the next slide? And so as we're talking about the big picture and what Beachbody really is all about, like their hardcore, what they're about, we're going to go into some coach success stories. So first we're going to have a weight loss success story. So I'm going to have Liz come up and introduce in a second. Liz doesn't like this stuff, but I make her do it every time. But she's going to introduce somebody in a second. And then I'm going to have Jackie speak on, so we're going to have a weight loss, and then we'll have a business success story. Okay, so come here, Liz. See, look at, you're on YouTube. Oh, yay.
So it's not Mike. Well, my personally sponsored coach is Erin Lefebvre, and her coach is Marisol Turner, who is a mother. She actually homeschools her kids, and she has her own makeup business out of her home and hair business out of her home.
Wow, that's sweet.
And she has a great success story for her weight loss. So
yay. Hey, we kind of matching the look.
I know. I like her better though.
See her on YouTube.
Oh, cool. All right, so sorry, I had to make notes. But like 2 years ago, I was pregnant and I gained 83 pounds. I was at the biggest weight I've ever been in my entire life. I was just really not happy and dead set on losing all that weight. So I kind of did some things on my own, started walking, and posted something on Facebook. Gosh, I really wish I could like lose these pounds. And through that post, one of my friends commented, and or I commented on her thing about losing the weight, and some Beachbody coach found me, and she's like, "Oh, I can help you to put you in an accountability group and help you meet your goals." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." Like I didn't respond to her. But she contacted me again. I was like, sure, let me try it out. So I did join the group, and they actually like it was really encouraging and motivating. So I ended up losing about like 11 pounds during that time, and it just kind of like kept me going during that time, and I kind of fell away from the group. So fast forward like a year later, started discovering I was having all of these issues with food allergies. I had a wheat allergy, dairy intolerance, all these things. I was resorting to diet pills to try to help me to lose weight. And my whole body was like totally thrown off during that time. I was so stressed out for many reasons, and just like at a really hard time in my life. So when I finally got to about the 15-pound mark, I hit a plateau. It got so bad to where I felt like any food that I ate, I would just gain weight. Like if I looked at food, I would just gain weight, and I was so like frustrated and in tears. I'm like, why am I like eating really healthy food and not being able to lose weight? It was just so like, sorry. It was a really hard time for me in my life. So my sponsor, Erin, so thankful. All right.
Changing lives.
My sponsor, Erin, on top of other things, I was consuming this shake I thought was healthy. It was full of soy, really messing up my hormones. My sponsor, Erin, she kept posting things on Facebook about Shakeology and this and that, and I always thought, no, I'm not ever gonna get on Shakeology. I didn't even know what it was about, but I was like, that's just a really expensive protein shake. I'm not gonna do that. So anyway, her posts were actually really encouraging to me, and she had posted something one day about her income, and I was like, well, we could use some extra money in the house, and I was really drawn towards it because I really needed to lose more weight too and meet my goals. So when I tried Shakeology, it really like it instantly gave me the energy I was missing, and within 2 weeks I had lost 4 pounds just on Shakeology while I was waiting for the 21-day fix program that I had ordered. And from the 21-day fix, I lost another 7 pounds. And yeah, it just like when I thought my weight was stuck, that all just leveled me out. And honestly, like for the guys in here, this might be too much information, but Shakeology has helped me with my menstrual cramps. I was having such horrible menstrual cramps. I was just really miserable. I would get headaches every month, and now I don't get headaches. I don't get the cramping that I was getting. I'm just level and happy most days, and just feel like human. And I told my mom, I was like, this is the first time in a long time I felt this good, like internally. I just feel so much more normal than I used to feel, and it's all because of these products that I never thought would, make a difference in my life, and because of the opportunity. So now I'm doing Body Beast program, and I'm just really building muscle, and I'm in the cutting phase of my program. So trying to shred everything, and so I can see all the muscle definition that I've worked hard for. So that's a good story.
Thank you so much. Amazing. Great job. That really, I was crying. Okay, so now we're going to go to a business success story. So if you could change the slide. And it's you, Jackie Buchanan. So Jackie's going to go through and share her story, because Jackie, what you don't know about her is we are opposites, for one. But how I used to be super shy to speak in public or anything like that. It's not like she's shy. She's just more of an introvert. She's humble. She's never one to brag up her story. She's just matter of fact, let's just get the job done type of person. So she's going to share her story because she really doesn't ever do that, and her story is amazing, especially the last year. So she's going to go through that. Jackie, you can come up here. I'm just going to introduce you. Oh yeah, we're sisters, in case you didn't know. This is my sister, and she's much older. And I put 2015 elite coach because I'm just like manifesting that for you, but I meant 2014. Okay, so she's a 2014 elite coach, which is amazing. Let's give her a round of applause for that. There's only 199 coaches in the entire network that are elite, and she's one of them. She's a 6-star diamond qualifying, officially a 5-star. She's a Success Club All-Star legend, 6-figure earner, and mom, and wife and mom. So there you go, Jack.
Okay, and then
Yeah, I'll do your slides.
and you don't have to start those into. I'll tell you when to start them, but then the handouts are right there too.
Oh.
Okay, so hi guys. First of all, I just want to say this room is full of amazing people. So sorry about the delay to begin with today, but I'm just really happy that you guys are all here today. And I want to say that it's so important to get to these events because, yeah, we get this incredible training and we get to, hear from corporate for, one time out of the quarter, and that's all awesome. We get to find out fun stuff. But the main thing is that we all come together here and we get to meet other coaches. A lot of people work in like a corporate world where you're around other people all the time. So for us, we don't have that. So this is our community, and it's nice to come here and kind of see, who else is here and that you guys have a big support system and meet new people. So thank you guys for being here today, first off and foremost. I'm going to kind of start my story off, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of how I got started, and then I'll go into kind of how my business took off, how I hit a plateau, and then how I kind of figured out my way out of that plateau. So I got started 4 years ago about, I think, and I started out because I got pregnant, had my first son. I was a worker, like I really just liked my corporate job. I liked working, and so it was never a thing for me to be a stay-at-home mom. But we had a really hard time getting pregnant, and it was a very emotionally rough 2 years for us. We just were one of those people that was like, okay, we got married, we were high school sweethearts, got married, and then it was kind of like, we're gonna take 2 years, enjoy our time, and then we're gonna have a baby. And so we did that, and then 2 years came, and we couldn't get pregnant. So we waited 2 more years, tried and tried and tried, and nothing happened. And finally, we had to go other routes, and we went and had, we went and got fertility drugs and went through that process, and, we were blessed with a baby boy. So fast forwarding to the birth of my son, and after 3 months of maternity leave and having to go back to work, I was miserable. Every single day, I would wake up in tears. I would drop my son off at the babysitter. I'd go to work, and I would be miserable at work. My job was suffering because of it, because I did not want to be there. And then I would go home, and you'd think I'd be happy because I got to go home and be with my son and be with my family. And I was a real bitch, for lack of a better word. I didn't want to be there. And I mean, I wanted to be there, but I knew I was already dreading what was coming the next morning. I knew I had to prepare and pack this bag, and, I didn't get to enjoy life. And, this is not for everybody, but for me, I did not want to be at work. I wanted to be home with my son, and I tried really, really hard, and it was a long journey for me to have my son. And so I just felt like I deserved to be with him and to enjoy every minute of his life. And so I made that decision. One day I woke up and I'm like, I'm sick of being miserable. I was not happy with myself personally. I was stressed emotionally. We were stressed financially. I was stressed with the way I looked. I just had a baby 3 months ago. I was just stressed, just miserable. And so my sister Mindy was already a coach, probably a year at this point, and she had presented this coaching business to me many times. And I'm, like she said, I'm just opposite of her. I'm not one that's just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm game, let's do this. I'm like, no, this isn't gonna work. And so you could have probably called me a negative Nancy, I guess. But so I did my research and kind of looked into it a little bit more, and I decided, I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna just try this. And so I signed up as a coach after, going back to work, and said, I'm gonna give this 6 months. I'm gonna just give it all I have and really work hard to make this happen. And I put my head down. I worked an hour even before I would, leave for work in the morning. And I worked my business in, probably wasn't an hour, it's probably more like a half hour. And then I worked on my breaks and my lunch hour. And then when I got home from work, that was my family time. My husband actually worked a full-time job, and he also was starting his own business, so he had a side job at night. So he was never home, which was another reason why, me leaving my job was really not the best idea at the time. So, I had a lot of work to do to make that happen. And so we, I worked my job after he came home and had dinner after his job, and then he'd go back to work. And I'd work my job when he was gone to work, and then do the same thing next. And so on average, I probably worked my business about 2 hours a day when I first started. And my business took off right away. Like I went diamond. It's probably one of those coaches that went diamond in like 60 days or 90 days. I don't really remember what it was, but it was quick. And so I always look back at that time, and I think it's because I had control over that. I had control of getting my business to diamond. And I think that's where my story will lead into my plateau, because I felt like because I had control over my diamond, I could physically work really hard and add more coaches and add more coaches. And out of those coaches, I was going to get some emeralds, and that would make me diamond. And so once I hit that point, however, I knew I had to, my business had to grow from diamond to star levels. And to do that, I had to, and to do that, I had to, be a good leader. So I had to start working with those coaches that were on my team and showing them how to do what I was doing. So fast forwarding to, well, actually in August, can't skip this, I guess. In August, I was able to quit my job after being a coach for about 8 months. I was able to quit my job making the same income I was making at my corporate job. And 2 months, so you'd think everything was peachy, right? And it was for about 2 months. And then
For 2 months exactly.
yeah, exactly. And so then December comes around, and we found out we were pregnant with our second son. Now, this was a huge shock to us because, of course, like I said, we tried 2 years for our first one. Now, this time it just happened. And so we found out we were pregnant. Super happy about that. We were not upset about it at all. And then a week later, my husband lost his job. And I had just quit mine, and he was holding our insurance, and I was pregnant. So at this time, I couldn't get insurance because it was a pre-existing condition. So we were stuck, basically barefoot and pregnant. And so we went from very, very happy situation to very not so happy situation. And it could have been a point in my business where I kind of just threw up my arms and said, okay, back to work, let's start over, whatever. But my husband stood behind me when he knew how sad I was and how much I wanted to be home with my kids. And I wanted to stand behind him. And he really wanted to start his own business. And, that was our next step, was to get him to be able to do what he wanted to do. And so I said, I'm going to make this happen. And so that was ending our year of that year. And starting the next year, I put my nose down and really started working my business. And my income definitely grew. I got my business to 1 star. And my income continued to grow that year. But my rank never grew, so therefore I ended out that year capping out my business. I could not make any more money until I actually advanced in rank in my business. I was capped out. So now I was at the point where I needed the money, and I also needed to advance my business. I needed to become that leader. And so from 2000 in the whole entire year of 2013, so one entire year, I remained at that 1 star diamond mark. I never increased, and my income was capped for an entire year. Last year, we talked about, Mindy just mentioned that I am now a 6-star qualified diamond coach and a 2014 elite coach. Now, how did I go 12 months staying at 1 rank and capping out, knowing that I needed more, and then turning 2014 into this incredibly successful year? I sat down one night at the end of 2013, and I was reflecting on the year, and it really brought me back to I was depressed. I was like, what in the hell did I do wrong? Like how, I was doing it wasn't like I was being lazy. I was doing everything that I did before. And and so I was like, what did I do wrong? So I really had to go through my business with a fine tooth comb and be like, okay, where am I going wrong? So I started going on YouTube. I'm obsessed with YouTube videos. So I started looking at other coaches, people who were successful that year. What were they doing that I wasn't doing? And so I kind of started to look through that way. And the one thing that popped out to me was that, like I said earlier, I could not control getting my business to diamond. I could control getting my business to diamond by itself. I could not control increasing my business to star diamond level by myself. I needed my team. I needed to work with my team. I needed to be there as a leader for my team, and I needed them to turn into leaders so that they could move forward, help their teams. And so that's what I started to do. I started to figure out, how can I help my team and help them see that they can grow their business as well. And so last year, my main focus was that. My main focus was being a leader. I invested in personal development and leadership, and I really invested in my team and helping them the best way I could. And what I'm going to talk to you guys today about is really the key thing that I feel helped me with my lifestyle and to help my team, learn how to become leaders themselves, how I produce leaders in my business, 5 new leaders in my business last year. And so I did that by creating systems. So like I said, I have 2 small boys at home. My husband works full time, of course, and I really, like all of us, I'm sure, we have that time issue. We don't have a lot of time on our hands or anything. So it's not like I spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours on my business every single day. I really, I'm present as a mother during the day. So it's, there's times when I'll take breaks or whatever, but I wanted something that I could give to my coaches that would help. Basically, I wanted to duplicate myself. I wanted to be like, how could I do this? How could I give my team the training that they need? And, I'm, like Mindy said, I'm also an introvert, so I tend to not want to get on the phone with my coaches. I tend, that's easy for me to do. I'm easily like, oh, I have a getting Sarah right call. Oh, I don't want to do that because I'd rather be doing this. Or I'll make up an excuse for that because I'm an introvert and I'm shy and that's not my strength.
She
that's
hates
not,
people.
that's not where I want to focus. That's not where I want to focus my time, but that's where I need to focus my time. So I wanted to invest all my time into personalizing my business, but I needed to also train my coaches. So these systems was a way for me to create trainings and create a very specific to-do list or method sheet for my coaches so that they could move forward and use the same things I use to grow my business. They could do it on their own without me having to stay on there and get on the phone with them or answer multiple questions over and over and over again. So did you switch the slides? Okay.
You want me to switch again?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can. So I'm just going to share with you today some of the basic steps that I've learned that I took into consideration last year, and then I'm going to bring into my business again this year because it definitely had a huge effect on the success of my business last year. So I guess I need to stand. Okay, so a system is basically, like I said, it's just like a step-by-step instruction sheet. So systems could be anything from, a challenge guide or a script on how to reply to what is Beachbody coaching. Those are systems in place. What you guys need to do is you guys need to create these systems for yourself. So like, I know there's systems floating out there everywhere. Well, if you guys want to be a leader for your team and want to be seen as the leader of your team, you guys need to take those systems that are out there and make them your own and then share them with your team. So you can switch the slide. Systems will definitely expand the growth of your team, as you can see. This is one of the main things, like, how you set your push goal. My push goal was leadership last year. And this is the top thing under my push goal was to create manageable, easy duplicated systems for my team. And this is what brought my business to elite in 2014. It'll increase your productivity. It's basically like duplicating yourself. Creating a little mini-me is what you'll be doing when you're doing this. So you'll be freeing up so much time for yourself. It's basically the first step in your business before you might want to hire a personal assistant, because a lot of people are probably not at that point in their business yet. This is basically the same thing, only you're going to put a little time up front, but it's going to pay off huge in the end. So you're going to set an example for your team. So by you creating the systems, they're going to see what you're doing, and your team is going to want to do the same thing for their team, and therefore volume will increase, your team will increase, you'll produce leaders, and your income will increase, your rank will increase, business will increase, and you'll also free up time. Next slide. Okay, so how did I create these systems? So this was a big thing for me. I'm like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this, I have so much I want to do, but then I'm like, okay, where do I even start? And so I started researching online, and I watched a video by Chalene Johnson on systems, and it was she's amazing, and any training she does, it just speaks to me. So I watched her video, and she mentioned some of these things on there, and that's basically where I got started. So I'm just going to share them with you. So when you get home today, you can literally walk out here today, go home, and begin doing this for your team. And so what I did is I basically asked myself, what are some tasks or processes that you find yourself constantly repeating? So if you're constantly getting, a coach asking you, what is Success Club, or what is Emerald, or how do I advance to Diamond, or, what's a challenge path? Any of these questions can be created into systems. You can make short little videos that are like 2 minutes long and will take you literally 2 minutes to make. And they don't have to be anything fancy, but those questions can be answered in videos, and you can direct your coaches to them, so you're not wasting your time constantly writing the same message, answering the same questions. Kind of just answer this one, but what questions do you feel are you asked most often? So there's another one. In what areas do you or have you struggled with? So anything you struggled with, likely somebody else on your team is going to be struggling with. So your struggles, use them, find the source for yourself to get out of that struggle, and then share that with somebody else, because that's going to help them. And when they, you know, if they have that same situation. You have anything you have self-taught yourself in the past. So I know for me, sometimes I'm like, oh, I just don't even know how to do this, and then I have to go through this whole process of self-teaching, where if someone would have taught me that, I would have learned it so quickly, but I didn't know anybody to teach me it. So I had to self-teach myself some of this stuff. And I know that when I create videos for that, it will help my team learn how to do that, so they don't have to go through the same headaches that I had to go through to learn them. Even the basic things that you guys might take advantage, like how to use your online office, or you know, how to create a YouTube video, anything like that. Those basic things will be so helpful for your team, especially new coaches. What area in your life are you feeling a disconnect in? So these videos don't also only have to be about like to-do lists or, you know, business stuff. It can be like areas in your life that you feel like personal development, like maybe you're just feeling a disconnect there and you want to make a video on that and help your coaches see how important personal development is. And so the areas that you struggle with, share those with your team, because your team's struggling as well in most of those areas. Which activities in your business do you feel have the biggest impact on your growth? So for me, like I am now, systems was something huge for me last year. Personal development on leadership and confidence and, you know, things like that. So anything that you feel is really impacting your business, don't hesitate to jot that down on a list and put that on your list of things that you want to make videos about. The more you get your face out there to your team, and the more that they see that you're stepping up, they're going to step up, and you're going to be, you're going to have a ton of time freed up that your coaches can just watch and grab and run with it. So you don't have to really put in much effort after you make that video or share that script or a guide. Make a list of all of the to-dos that you would love to avoid, aka your busy work. Now, like anything from sending out welcome emails, sending out Shakeology samples, things that don't really need like your personal touch. Like, of course, you're not going to, well, I don't anyways, have somebody answer all my Facebook messages or talk to my challengers on a personal level. That's me, because I have a relationship with them. But anything that doesn't need your personal touch, make a list of those things. And then begin creating. So like I said, just take that list that you just made and just begin creating things from it. So create YouTube videos, create guides, like our challenge guides. I'm sure, you know, you guys are all on teams where you guys have these resources, but a guide for a challenge group, or a guide on how to get a new coach started right. Scripts, example of what to say to somebody when they ask you what coaching is, or what Shakeology is, or why Shakeology is so expensive. Simple things like this that are just Word documents, but you know, will help a new coach really get started when they're not really sure how to answer these or when they're approached. Team calls and weekly webinars are huge. This is something I'm going to really take advantage of this year. In 2015, I'm going to start being more on top of, you know, making sure my team feels a sense of community and coming together on a team call or weekly webinar. And having your new coaches like Emeralds, I wish when I started coaching, when I was an Emerald and just starting out, that, no offense, that my upline would have forced me almost, or put that in front of me to get my face out there, get on the webinars of, you know, what is Beachbody coaching?
By the way.
What is Beachbody coaching? You know what I mean? Like, it'd be nice for us to get our coaches started out right at the beginning, get their faces in front of a camera, let them kind of, you know, ease into the process of having yourself be so vulnerable in front of a camera. And I think the more you do that, the more comfortable you become doing it. And if you start your coaches doing that off right at the beginning, like what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to host a webinar, What is Coaching webinar, at the beginning of the month. And then I'm going to assign my coaches the other 3 weeks of the month. Somebody on my team is going to host one. And I'm just going to make it open for anyone to sign up. But I'm definitely going to make recommendations like, hey, you haven't signed up for one. I think you should do this, and I'll help you on it. You know, just to get them out there.
Sherry.
You're number one. Okay, next slide. Okay, next thing is do not get overwhelmed. So when I first started doing this, I had this huge list of ideas and you know, it all looks so pretty on paper, and then I'm like, okay, now what do I begin? And then I just started creating videos, and it was a mess, and I was overwhelmed. So do not get overwhelmed. Make your list, and then make a weekly schedule off that list. Just pick 5 videos, 3 videos, 2 videos, whatever you want. You know, just make a list of by priority of what you feel is the most important, and then just start, you know, picking away at it. Think about outsourcing as well. So as your business grows a little bit, you can look at outsourcing some of these things that were on your list that I talked about of things that you would rather avoid, like that don't need your personal touch. Think about like outsourcing those things to Elance or a personal assistant. And also, like I said, include your team, like the webinars. Include your team to help free up your time so that they can, you know, do that. Or if you want like a training done, ask one of your coaches on your team, say, I would love for you to do this training. You're really great at this. Do you think you could make this YouTube video for me? Something like that. So outsource these things. And right now, you guys, that stuff's free for you. You can outsource. You can use your team to help with build these systems for you. That's free. So as your business grows and other options become available, like Elance or a personal assistant, then take advantage of that.
Also, one thing I would like to add, because I know that you would do this too, is success partner. Like if you don't have a team yet, hook up with a friend and you guys can do the training together.
Absolutely.
Lily and I did that. We have all done that, you know, as a team, but also with your success partner.
Yeah, and don't ever feel like your business is too small to begin something. Like,
Yeah.
Start now. If you're a new coach, you signed up yesterday, start today. Start figuring out what you can make those for. Start figuring this out, because the sooner you start, the easier it's going to be moving forward. Start today. Yes, a success partner is an amazing idea. Yes, definitely. Make it effective. So have a central location for all of your systems, all of your trainings, all of your scripts, so that your team is not constantly like, oh, I know you made this video, but where is that? Or where's that webinar that Janelle hosted last week? That gets annoying. So don't, you know, have a central location. Some ideas for you would be like Google Docs, Facebook team, like on Facebook, if you guys start up like a team page. Again, doesn't matter if you're a new coach with 0 coaches underneath you, or you have 10 coaches or 100 coaches. Start a team page up now. When you get your first coach, add them to your group with you, and it'll just be you two. That's fine. Start that now, right at the beginning, and have that team page up. I personally have a private group for my new coaches, so any coaches that signed up from 2000, like, so for right now it would be 2014 and 2015 coaches. I have a Facebook group just for them, so that they're newer coaches, and I kind of, you know, sometimes add in some extra trainings for them or whatever. But I have a group that's just smaller and easily, you know, manageable. So that's another idea. A team YouTube channel is a great idea. I actually am going to start this year. So that when you make your videos, you make them under your team name, and then your team has access to that YouTube channel, and they can go watch any video that they want on there. And it's all in that one YouTube channel. A team website. Now this is when the time is right. So again, I mean, some people are probably, I'm not, but some people may be like handy with computers, so they could just do this on their own. I personally had to hire this out, so I just am doing this right now. But when it's available and when that time's right for you, a team website would be amazing, because you can have everything just stored right there and easily, you know, manageable, and people can find stuff on there very easily. So that's another option. The result of me doing all of these things was I tripled my income in 2014. I produced 5 new diamond leaders. I have way more free time now. So last year, like I said, I was really into, you know, creating these things, and this year I will be too. But it's still freed up so much time for me when I looked at the big picture of things. I am way less stressed and way more organized. So like when my coach asks me something, I know exactly where to direct them. Like, go find this in our YouTube channel, or go find this on our team page, or go find this, or here's the link to my Google Doc. It's like I'm way more organized with stuff, and I'm not having to constantly answer the same questions all the time. I'm a Success Club All legend, I guess, right?
Success Club All-Star legend.
Okay. I think that means that I made Success Club 24 months. So I made Success Club every month last year. I'm an elite 2014 coach, and a better leader, friend, mother, wife, and everything, because of course I'm being present in my top priorities. So I'm able to be there for, you know, during the day when I need to be with my kids. I'm able to be there with my husband at night, or if I want to have a date night. I'm able to do those things because I have more time to do them. And that's it.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
what?
I was just gonna say, first of all, good job.
Okay.
And second of all, don't leave yet, because what if anyone has a question? You have a couple of minutes left.
Oh, does anyone have any questions for me? I printed out these slides for you guys because I talk really fast, so hopefully you guys can.
I think it might help when you say that you capped out to give an example of what capping out is, because some people might think it's like a very little amount. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Where-
okay.
What your 1-star was.
Yeah, just so like people have an idea on what.
So when capping out means that as a Beachbody coach, Beachbody encourage you to grow volume, right? So we all know when we grow volume, we get money, but they also encourage you to constantly be growing your business and producing new leaders. And they do that by capping out pay on your ranks. So as a 1-star diamond coach, they'll cap you out $2,000 above your star. So like if I was a 1-star, I would cap out at $3,000. 2-star is $5,000. So you always cap out $2,000 above your star. And so at that point, when I was a 1-star, I was capping out at $3,000 a week. And they do that in order to continually make sure that you as a team are growing your business and you're not just growing your volume. So that's what capping out means.
Perfect. Any other questions? Don't be shy.
Please don't be shy. I'm shy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good job, Jack. If you could just, maybe you should stand there right here. Do you know how to do the video?
From here. He already hooked up with Bluetooth. It hooked up to everything besides your thing.
Okay, we're gonna do the announcements from Beachbody in just 1 second. I just have to. Did you know what the video was?
Then I just downloaded it for you. Is it one of these?
Well, those are pins. I put hands in my bag.
Oh, we can see.
Oh my God, this is not.
Ready to pair. Just click on that ready to pair. That's what he was doing.
Where?
See how it says pair, ready to pair?
But that's a shine.
I don't know what that means. So isn't that what yours was?
No.
Which is weird though, because mine No, you may have to hit the air against me. When are you doing? You can't fly. Well, you can. Because my doctor told me not to.
Okay, we're just gonna go, before we do the announcements from Beachbody, I'm gonna do a training on Facebook ads. Okay, so I was gonna do a training on, oh gosh, the storage just falling right off this thing. Okay, so I was gonna do a training on Facebook, but the reason why I didn't, so this might be like a little overwhelming, okay? Not really overwhelming, but it's a little more confusing than if I taught you how to use Facebook for your business. But the reason why I do this is because I can teach you face-to-face, whereas the easier stuff, you can go home and I have a billion webinars on that stuff, okay? This I do not have a webinar on. So, okay, so why? So first of all, attention new coaches, I want you to take notes on this, but don't feel like you have to go home and do this, okay? Unless you want to, unless you feel ready. This is just, you need this knowledge though.
We will see slides somewhere.
Otherwise take pictures.
If you have Buchanan,
take pictures. Well, I'm sorry I'm not as organized as my sister. And printed off little worksheets for you. But anyways, I want you to take notes on this stuff because you will need to use this. I can't stress that enough. The reason why is because we're in Iron Mountain, Michigan, or surrounding areas. You will need to know this stuff because you are not gonna build a huge tribe by, I mean, not saying, look at, this is the biggest Super Saturday we ever had. I'm so impressed by all the people that are here. And I want us to keep growing, I do. But if you wanna build a huge 6-figure tribe team, I'll tell you, and I'm not saying this to brag, my team, Team Go-Getters, has 16,000, actually 17,000 people on it because of this information and information about social media. So, I mean, I have a lot of local coaches and people that aren't even on my personally sponsored coaches that come to me that are local, and they'll say, you know, it's just really hard because I feel like this person ordered from my cousin and this. It's like that shouldn't be an issue. There's tons of people out there that need you, and this is why you need to know this stuff. Okay, so please don't think, oh, okay, that's just for her. You need to know this. Okay, so what I want you to do, starting out as a newer coach, get in, or a coach that isn't using their Facebook profile page for their business. And I'm not going to ask you to do that, okay? But I want you to build some momentum on your profile page, okay? That means start interacting with your friends that you already do have. Add new friends that you meet on social media to your profile page. Post things that are engaging, that you get a lot of likes on. You have to figure it out. So you have to like stop yourself. Like, what is working here? Go down your Facebook page. Like, what am I getting comments on? What do people like? She told me not to call her out, but she told me not to do this. But I just came to my head. I didn't even plan to do this, Melissa. Okay, she posted a picture. Somebody in this room posted a picture. Was it Melissa? Of her new haircut, which is so cute. And she had like 200, 300 likes on that and like 100 comments. Okay, you're not going to get your haircut every day, but that is something that a visual that people really like to see. And she asked questions like, or of course, I don't know if you asked this. Did you ask, what do you think?
I might have.
I don't know. But of course, people are going to say that. So another example of that, if you have 2 pairs of shoes, take a picture of one pair, take a picture of another pair, slap those babies together, ask your Facebook friends. Of course, this is for women. I don't think this guy over here is going to do this. Good. You could. My husband might do 2 bows together or something. I don't know. But you say, which shoe would look better with this outfit? And you'll get a lot of comments and stuff like that. So you want to have a variety of different things. And I'll go into that. Okay, so most people will be seeing you on their news feed from your profile page. So when you create a like page, that's great. And I'm going to go over why you need to do that. But most people are going to see you in their news feed because they're not going to think, oh yeah, I just like Mindy Wender. I'm going to go to her like page. That's not the first thing on their mind when they get on Facebook. They're scrolling through newsfeed. So build some momentum on your profile page first. Have your posts have a little more value and more engaging, like we just kind of talked about. Get into your groove, figure out what's working and what's not, okay? Figure out best times to post. Like, you need to do all this stuff before you can master a like page, because I have so many coaches that have these like pages and they're wondering why that's not working for them, but their profile page isn't either. So you have to figure this stuff out and then go on to mastering the like page. But figure out the best times to post. Like, when do you get the more traction on your posts? Is it in the morning, afternoon, at night? I can tell you it's at night. Anybody in this room is going to have more traction at 8:30 at night or around that time. Okay. What posts get the more tractions? Then start a like page after you kind of get this stuff going on. This can all be done within like a week, by the way. So, and you can already start your like page. Just don't think that it's going to just take off like that overnight. Okay. You can get to diamond with just your profile page. So don't think that in order to be successful and to start up a new business, you're going to have a like page. You can definitely work your business off your profile page, because when I say work your business, obviously I want you to be you. I want you to brand who you are. I want you to be real. I want you to be inspiring. I want you to be helpful. I want you to be you. And so obviously I know there are some coaches that have a lot of, hey, this is on sale, here's my link. And that's not what I would recommend, the type of post that you post for your business. That type of stuff, when you're going to tell somebody to go to your link to buy something, that happens behind closed doors. That is personal. Okay? You want to go you and your person that you're building a relationship with, and you've found out their needs and wants, that's when you take it behind into a private message and you say, hey, look, I really feel like this program would benefit you because of this. What do you think? You want information? I have a challenge group coming up in a couple weeks. You want some information, but that shouldn't be plastered out there for everyone to see. So you can get to Diamond from your profile page. Smart to expand your network. This takes about 2 to 5 months. Okay, so again, this is not going to happen overnight. I wish this remote worked.
Oh, sorry.
Just kidding. I wonder if I could get this on my phone so I don't have to keep looking at this.
Can I ask a question, Mindy?
Sure.
When you say like doing all this on your own profile, like you being a mom, I'm a mom, do you put a lot of stuff with your kids out there? Because those are part of you. That's
I do.
being authentic with my family, but yet I guess I started my like page because I wanted to keep my family out of some people that I don't know, knowing so much private things about me and my family, the things I do, and how to get to me.
Yes. Yeah.
Here we are in technology age, so.
Right. And I do share pictures of my kids. I do share a lot of things about, especially with my daughter's journey. She has autism, so I'm sharing a lot of that. I do that on my like page, but I definitely am more personal stuff on my profile. So like if I just, cause I don't know why, but I'm like, oh, my like page people aren't going to really care about this. I don't know why I think that. They probably, I mean, if my profile people do, maybe, I don't know. But I definitely do more personal stuff over on my profile stuff. And then like page, you can also get away with more business related stuff over there. So it's more of a business thing, but you want to make it feel homey and very natural and like a community. Okay, and there's some people that you can follow, and I'll go into that in a second, that do it right. So that do a like page right. And I want you to stalk these people, get ideas. I don't want you to like copy and paste their status update, because that's obviously not what we're talking about. But we're talking about you being you, branding you, whatever. But I'll give you examples so you can know how to do it right and get inspiration from those things. Start treating your business like a business. So I'm going to go into stuff about creating a like page, and this is going to take you through a tutorial of how to do it, okay? And I want you to know that creating ads, that's the topic. It does cost money. I'm just going to put that out there. You have a business, and I don't know if you've had the impression that this isn't a business, or that this business doesn't cost any money to get it up and running and to do these things. And it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. But if you want to grow the amount of people you can serve, then you might have to spend a little bit of money on ads. I just think, and I'll tell you why, what the benefits of it in a little bit, but it will save you so much time, and you'll be connecting with like-minded people, because Facebook will find them for you by investing in this, okay? But that's what I mean by treating this like a business. You have to really get that mindset that, do you guys know what you have in your hands? This is $1 million opportunity. And if you think about it like that and think of the possibilities, the lives you can change, the things that you can do for your life. My husband and I just paid off our house. We built it, we are in that house, we moved in 3 years ago, January 4th, we've been in there for 3 years. It's paid off. We just built that house. Those are the type of things that you can accomplish with this and help other people to accomplish as well. So treat this like a business, because it is. It's legit. Okay. Create a like page as a public person. So when you go and do this, write this down and just underline public person, because you're gonna be like, what do I pick? Community page, website. You're gonna pick public person. Build a variety of posts on your like page. So 3 to 5 posts or something like that on your like page before you start promoting it, and have a variety. What do I mean by that? So if you have all fitness stuff and somebody finds your page and they're not really into fitness, or they don't care to read about fitness, or if you have a lot of buy my stuff, they're gonna find your page. That's great, but they're not gonna like it. But if you have a variety, and again, this is gonna be based off of your likes, your interests, because you want to attract people who are like you, who have things in common with you. For example, I would like to attract other maybe moms who have children with autism, or maybe I want to attract people who love Disney World, because I'm obsessed. Okay, so obviously I'm going to do posts that those type of people that have the same things in common with me, mom posts, like she just asked that question, I'm going to post that kind of stuff. So when people do arrive at my page, they're going to be like, oh, I click with her. Okay, so a variety of posts before you start promoting it. Recycle some good posts that you have posted elsewhere. If you have Instagram or Facebook and you got a post that got a lot of likes and comments, reuse it, even if it was from a year ago. Reuse and recycle this stuff. Also, I know this might not be good, but when I post something on Instagram, I post it on my like page too. And sometimes on my profile. Maybe I'll do it at different times or a different day of the week, but I recycle that. Those posts take me a long time to write. So I just kind of reuse those. Upload a banner in a professional picture. See how I highlighted professional? Yeah, Jackie is just going to get, is this like your first headshots? Yeah, she's going to get her headshots on Monday. But I've taken some pretty professional ones of her, but anyways, if anyone needs me. But anyways, so you need to have a professional profile picture. If you don't have a headshot, like seriously, obviously Jackie's been doing this for a while and she's just getting them. I don't recommend following what Jackie has done. I want you to get a professional looking picture on your profile. So when somebody does arrive on your like page, they're like, oh, this is legit. This is like a professional page. And then when you want to create a banner, you see some coaches that have really nice banners and they design some really nice graphics. You can do that at pickmonkey.com. This is where you can do a lot of things. So you need to remember this site. And you know, who has those tutorials? Is it Katie Hefner?
Yeah.
Okay, so Katie Hefner, how do you spell her last name?
H-E-I.
H-E-I-F-N-E-R. So it's Katie with an I, and then what I just said, Hefner. Her YouTube video and blog has tutorials on how to use this site, and I recommend using them because there's so many hidden gems to that side of what you can do. Okay, your banner pick. So when you see somebody's Facebook profile, there's a banner. If you wanted to click on that to just view it, you click on it and it'll bring it up closer, and on the side it'll have like comment, like whatever that person wrote on for their comments about that picture. What I want you to do, the first line of that picture, I want you to put either a link to either an opt-in, and I'll explain what that is, your blog, and anyone can create a blog today. Go to blogspot.com. It can look homemade, make the banner at PickMonkey, start blogging about your life. Helpful, inspiring things that brand you, okay? So anyone could have a blog. So you could do it to your blog, you could do it to your personal Facebook page. So if you know, eventually you're gonna max out on your personal page. So eventually you're gonna hit 5,000 friends. And I know you're probably like, no way, but you will. You'll hit 5,000 friends. And then you're gonna be so thankful that you started this like page. Because now you can go over you can go to whatever amount you want on your like page. But right now, before you max out, you can send them to your personal page. Other things that you could do, what are some other things? Like a challenge group event on Facebook. If you have a challenge group event and maybe your banner is about fitness, like a before and after, maybe send them to your challenge group event. You can edit that and change that link all the time. Have to have a link though, because people are gonna click on that and you need to be sending these people to connect with you elsewhere. Okay, where are we now? Occasionally boost a post. Okay, so on your like page, again, this is where we're gonna talk about how you're gonna put a little skin in the game if you want your stuff seen on the newsfeed. So again, a like page is not seen on the newsfeed like ever compared to a profile page, unless Facebook sees that you're boosting a post 1 to 2 times a week. So boost posts that benefit you. If you're doing the 80-20 rule, which if you guys watched the social media webinar I have done, and I can post that on my profile page if anyone needs it. But if you go to teamgogetterstraining.com, you will find the basic social media webinar located there that you can watch. But again, where was I going with that? Oh, boosting, but it's still not sure. But anyways, so boosting your posts. So by boosting your posts on Facebook, it will treat you better, because if you do it 1 time a week, Facebook will see that you're doing that, and then more of your content, even that you don't boost, will end up on people's newsfeed, especially the people that like and comment. And when you boost it, what that does, you're paying Facebook to put that on your people who like your page, their newsfeed. That's basically what you're doing. But if they see you do that 1 time a week, even the stuff that you don't post is going to end up on their newsfeed as well. Does that make sense, everybody? Okay, just making sure. Schedule a post every evening to your like page. Remember how I said I guarantee that nighttime is the best time to post? There's other times to post as well. And I want you to post 2 to 3 times a day consistently so people get used to seeing you. And if you're one of those people that never post, ease up to 2 to 3 times a day, okay? But schedule a post every evening so you do not forget. And I don't mean schedule it from Hootsuite or an outside source. Go to your like page and write a post with a picture or whatever, and then literally there's a little time like clock looking thing. You click on that and you can schedule that post to go out at 8:30 at night. So say every night at 8:30 you go to bed early, or you're at 8 o'clock, you want to do your post at 8 o'clock, but you do bedtime with your kids at that time. So you're like, Mindy, I can't do that. I'm gonna have to wait till later or whatever. But if that's the best time to post, you can write the post, do the picture, and schedule it. And I highly, highly recommend doing this. You have to post at night. That's when the eyeballs are on Facebook. Okay. Know what works and what doesn't with like pages. So you're gonna have to kind of work with this, like I said, and test things. But I will tell you, just from experience, that posting a status update on your like page is not gonna be seen or get as much traction as when you do a picture or do sharing a link. Sometimes that's not the number one. The number one, the pictures is either tied with number one or it's number two. But picture I always do and I get a lot of traction. But uploading a video directly to your Facebook like page gets a ton of traction, tons of traction. But of course, you're not going to do that. I mean, I would just recommend doing that 1 time a week, 2 times a week, because you're going to get a lot of traction. That is what so I'm telling you already what works and what doesn't. But then I want you to play with it because your followers are different than mine. Your followers are going to like different stuff than mine. So I need you to really analyze it and stalk your stuff to see what's working for you. Be you. Okay, what do I mean by that? I want you guys all to just be yourself, but also I don't want you to air your dirty laundry out there. Of course, that's not what I'm saying. But be who you are. Don't look at this other coach and compare yourself to them and say, I need to do it exactly like this person and copy and paste or do the same thing. You know, that's not, people are not going to like that because it's not authentic. People love when you're vulnerable, when you're yourself, and you want to attract people who are like you. I'm really lucky because I love my team because I attracted like-minded people. You know, so I'm lucky. Otherwise, I'd have to go to Summit, hang out with people who I don't click with. That would not be fun for me at all. So now I get to hang out with cool people because I attracted like-minded people. So be yourself. And also, Beachbody is not your brand. You are. Okay, so you are not the 21-day fix. You are not P90X. Those are just things in your toolbox that you can serve people with. That's not who you are. So don't lead with that foot because people, even if they love the products, they love P90X, they've done every program. If they see that all you're talking about is P90X, they're gonna be like, dude, I feel like I'm being sold. I'm not gonna like this page. Or they will unlike your page. They will unlike it. Even if you've got them in there and they're building trust and they liked your page and they're commenting, if you start leading to that all about P90X, they're gonna unlike you. And they probably won't come back because you lost their trust, okay? So, okay, brand you. Post live from Facebook, not from Hootsuite, because when you post live, Facebook sees that as more legit, I guess, and then it adds up on more. I don't really know the rules, but that's just what Facebook does. If you schedule it from what Hootsuite is, and just in case somebody doesn't know, it is a site that you can write all your posts and schedule it to go out whenever you want to. And I do use that for some of my challenge groups, but I don't use it for my status updates. Okay,
Do you like Buffer or Hootsuite better?
What was it? I don't know if I'm saying that wrong.
Well,
But you guys-
Buffer too, isn't there?
Yes.
Okay. Sendable I've seen too. But either way, for the challenge groups, I use Hootsuite or whatever it's called. What's it called? Okay. Okay. It's free.
Up
Ooh,
to amount of groups.
up to amount of groups though. So if you have more, how many? So you can do 3 groups for free on Hootsuite, and then you have to start paying $9.99 a month, I think it is. But what was a sendable? And then she said Buffer. So there's a couple different options. But again, never use these for your status updates, okay? Because Facebook won't like that, and then your stuff won't be seen in the newsfeed. Don't be salesy. I think we kind of went over that enough. Invite friends to like it and comment on pics. So invite your friends from your profile page. Invite them over to your like page. And you could do this with, I think I wrote that, yeah, office. I meant offer an incentive for them. Offer an incentive and do this often. So why should you invite your friends over there? They're gonna be like, but if there's something in it for them, they will come over. Like, I'm giving away a free Shakeology sample or a free something or a free clean eating meal plan or this recipe for anyone who comes over and likes this post. Anyone who I see likes this post, I will send you a free meal plan or send you a free recipe for this, okay? So offering free stuff, freemiums. We'll get into that a little bit, just a little bit, but that is like a whole nother training. Okay, next slide. So does anyone have any questions so far? No, we're good? Okay.
How often is like to invite your friends? I've done that a few times, but then I'm kind of feeling like I'm over.
Good question. I would say how often, she asked how often would you invite your friends to like your page? So I would say one time a month, maybe more often when you're first starting out, trying to get people over there or reminding them of the same free thing that you're giving. Don't forget, only a couple more days before to have access to my free meal plan, go over and click this picture on my like page. Click like on the page and like on the comment or comment on the picture, something like that, whatever you want to do. Get them over there. That's the point. But I would say once a month.
Another thing I do too that works really, has been working really well is like if you post something that people post a lot of stuff about food and stuff like that. If you post something like that on your page and after you wait for a lot of people to comment on it and then underneath you can like answer questions and then underneath you could be like, hey, if you guys want more of this, click here and you can go visit. I post this all the time over on
So which Jackie just said, in case you didn't hear, if you're on YouTube, is that if you have a comment on your profile page and tons of people are commenting in the comment section, you could say, oh, you know what, I have more of this information over here on my like page. So you can privately invite them over there in a very organic way.
Yes.
So, yeah.
You mentioned posting on our personal page. Can we share those to our like page, or should we?
That's a good question. So here's just it's not about ads, but this is a good question. You can, but don't ever, sharing is a no-no except. I just want to get that out there. Don't share. I would love you to all share my stuff because it helps me, but I don't want you guys to help me. I want you to help you, okay? So when you guys share my stuff, it helps me, but it does nothing for you. No, that's not going to end up on the news feed. Not very many people's newsfeed anyway. And from my experience, what I've noticed and what I've learned from Shalene Johnson and other people, to answer your question, to share something, say you write this awesome post on your profile page and you want to share it on your like page, that is okay. That is the only time sharing is okay.
Not anymore. You can't put your personal stuff on your like page.
Oh, you can't?
Facebook will not let you. You have to post it on your like page and share it to your personal page.
I can do that.
I tried like 7 different times.
Okay, so I did not know that. You cannot.
If you're from a computer though, you can tag yourself.
Yes.
So you
Okay.
have to be from a computer. You
If you're
can't.
private on your profile page, you cannot do it on
Oh,
your.
if you're
Oh,
private,
right,
yeah.
but if you're public,
If you're
you can.
public, you can, but you.
Okay, so if you're a Beachbody coach, everyone needs to be public. Okay, that's another lesson for today. Don't share stuff unless you're sharing it from personal to like page, if you can. I'm not sure, but I'm assuming if you're public, you can then. Is that what we got? Okay. Okay, and then if you're a Beachbody coach, hide the stuff you don't want people to see and become public. People are never gonna find your page unless you're public.
Change each post and change to be public or private.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
All
So-
the time I'm hiding stuff and only my family will see stuff. I would do it for Beachbody people that's basic stuff and then I can do public stuff.
That's a really good point. So if you do have somebody that you have posted and you're about to make your Facebook profile page public and you don't want them to see certain things, she just mentioned that you could, there's like that little, I think it's a gear looking, it's something on your post and you click that and it says you can make it public or to this many people or block this person. And you could really customize that actually. It's a really nice feature on your Facebook profile page. So you can definitely do that as well. But yeah, you have to be public because our job is to try to help as many people as possible. We can't do that when people can't find us, okay? And then plus when you're doing YouTube videos like Jackie said, or blog posts or whatever, and you're sending people to your Facebook, they will not be able to find you unless you're public from your link, from your Facebook URL, okay? All right, so creating an ad, what are the benefits? You get to, this works while you're sleeping, so if you have children or if you have a life whatsoever, this is for you. I'm not saying that this is something that you have to do today, but the faster you invest into your business, and I've talked, you know, I've heard Brendan Bouchard, Janelle Summers, Shalene Johnson, all these professional speakers that say, if you're gonna invest in something into your business, Facebook is a great place to invest, okay? Because I see a lot of people investing in, and these are not wrong, okay? But this, I would invest in this first. Like banners or doing these huge expo things and all that stuff. I feel like if you invest in an ad, it will be a lot cheaper for you, save you so much time, and you will probably get in front of more people's faces than you would at an expo or something like that. It's just the way the world is now with social media. So the benefit, time is money. Your time equals something, and it really does. So you, how you are finding people on social media, and how I did it for 2 years before Facebook, because I don't even think Facebook ads were a thing. I don't even know if I had a like page when I was first coaching, but I would manually go find people who had things in common with me. So I wrote down a list of 10 things. This is a good tip too, because you're still gonna do this manually, but this is a secondary thing that will save you time. So I manually go to groups, like pages, blogs, YouTube channels or YouTube videos, Instagram, I search for certain hashtags, and I made a list of 10 things that I'm interested in. And I kind of looked at like the friends that I have and had, and I'm like, okay, like which friends do I click with? Which friends do I like being around with? Who do I want to surround myself with? Like, what are those people, what are they interested in? And I wrote down this list. Then I went to groups and manually found people. I built relationships in a group, then I add them as a friend, then we private message, and that's how I built relationships with people. And I still do. But now, ads do this while you're sleeping, while you're with your kids, while you're out working out. You pay Facebook, you set up an ad, I'm gonna tell you how to do that, and you tell them what your target market is. Attract like-minded people. So you put in whatever interest, Oprah, Jillian Michaels, Shalene Johnson, all these things. Of course, you're gonna wanna be like, I'm gonna put in P90X, I'm gonna put in TurboFire. Not saying that's wrong, but you're gonna attract a lot of coaches. That's where you're gonna attract you. I mean, that's not a bad thing, but you wanna attract people who don't know about this amazing opportunity yet, so you can share it with them. Options, pay for likes on your like page, reach out. Okay, so when you pay for likes on your like page, you don't pay for, there's two different ways when you set up an ad. It's gonna ask you, and I'll show you a picture in a second, so don't get confused or anything, but it'll ask you, pay for impressions. And what impressions mean, that somebody saw, you know when you're scrolling through newsfeed and you say, oh, Mindy Wender, this, that, and the other thing, and kind of keep scrolling? Well, that made an impression on somebody, and Facebook will charge you for that impression, okay? Or you can pay for likes. I recommend paying for when people actually like the page. That's what I do, okay? So pay for likes on your like page. So when somebody does like your like page, you go to all your new likes and you private message them and say, hey, saw you like my page, blah, 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 blah. Thank you for doing that, whatever. And that's probably gonna go in their other folder. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I'm sorry, do you private message them from your personal page?
Yeah, because you can't, there's no other way around it. So like I said, it's probably gonna go to their other folder because
you pay the $1.
You can pay $1.
So
I never get a good turnaround on that. I don't, but you can pay $1.
They see them, but I don't get response.
I usually get though about half, or like,
Okay.
so it really pays out. I mean, if you think about the $1 you spend if you message 30 people and you get one person to do Shakeology or get in your challenge that pays for it, all of them.
So true. That's very true. So there is a way to get it in their inbox, and some people do.
Too, like,
Yeah, and that's a write-off too. And so are ads. Okay, so back on track here. So you reach out to them and private message them, and because you are not friends with them, it will probably end up in their other folder, which is like the junk mail of Facebook. But a lot of people check their other folders, but some people don't. So there is an option that you can pay $1 to have that go directly to their inbox. That is up to you. I do that sometimes. You don't always have to do that, but I do definitely do that sometimes. Otherwise, another thing you could do is you could try to, obviously when they start commenting, these people who like your page, they're gonna start commenting on your stuff as long as you're doing a variety of things and you're real and engaging, inspiring, motivating. They're gonna comment on that. There's a reason they like that page. And then you can then build that relationship with them through the comment section as well. So there's other ways around it, okay? But the best part about it is their eyeballs are on your page. And so you have the ability to interact with them at some point. Invite them to do something free that all fitness-minded people would want. So for example, do a post of like, I'm doing a free 5-day clean eating group. Who wouldn't want to do that? They get a free meal plan, a shopping list, all of this stuff, and boom. So there's other things free. So think of what you're good at. Think of what you can offer to other people. Think of what comes so naturally. So like Jackie, obviously I'm not going to do a training on organization or like whatever, but Jackie could do a training on systems and all that kind of stuff. And it's not that I don't have to force myself to be organized, and I obviously have those things, but that's not something I want to offer for free. I'm going to offer something else. She could offer something like that. Okay, so figure out what you're good at, what you want, what you have knowledge on, and offer that for free to get them interacting with them. Point them to your blog or opt-in or challenge group event or whatever. Again, always have somewhere to point them. An opt-in, just so, like I said, I was going to go through this. What an opt-in is when you create something, and I have a training actually about this, but you create a freemium, it's called, okay? So something that you're giving away for free. Let's just use the meal plan, a free meal plan for everyone to have, okay? And you create this, but in order for them to get it, they have to opt in by giving you their email address. 2 ways on how to do an opt-in. You can either say, comment below this picture if you want a 5-day free meal plan, clean eating meal plan. Comment below with your email address. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Comment below with your email address. So then you manually can collect those email addresses. That's like the poor man's opt-in, I guess we'll call it, okay? I still do that all the time. Or you can sign up for an email thing like MailChimp is what I use. Anybody use something? Aweber, there's Constant Contact. I use MailChimp, and I have a training on MailChimp that you guys can all have access to. So it's totally up to you what you use. But what you do is you create an email list through MailChimp, and when in doubt and you have no idea what you're doing when you first start MailChimp or anything, go to YouTube because somebody recorded an awesome screen sharing tutorial that's 2 seconds long, and you're like, oh, dude, this is so easy. And you can follow along right with it, do it on your computer. That's how I learned MailChimp. So anyways, you do that, you create a list, and then you give that person the link to sign up for your list. So every time somebody clicks that link and they put their email address in there, it goes right to your list, and then you just build that up. So now you have this freemium. And right when they click to sign up for your list, automatically you'll set up your freemium to go out here. Okay, you gave me your email address, here's your meal plan. And it goes directly to them. You don't have to manually email each one of these people. They sign up for your list, MailChimp sends that out. And like I said, I have a training for you guys, so when the video plays, I will find it. I'll create a vanity URL so it's easy to find, and then I'll give it to you guys, okay? Next slide, please.
Quick question. So you said the MailChimp, so if you post that on your like page for the opt-in, basically, so when they click on it, then it'll just kind of do it on its own, basically, is what you're saying? So, and you can put that on your like page, it's not like...
No, so it's just a little link. So,
link. Okay,
yes.
so you post a picture, or you
post a picture, and then in the
status,
comment,
and then in the comment,
yep,
post that.
exactly. It's just like a link, like when you send people to your blog, you're going to be sending people to sign up to your list, and then it'll bring them to a page that says name, email address, enter to get your free meal plan. Super simple. Okay, so copy and paste URLs of other like pages that into a Word doc. So this is what I was saying about stalking other people. So I want you to start doing that so you can get inspiration and know what to post and all that kind of stuff. So also why you're doing it is because this is your target. These are going to be your keywords, your target market. So you're going to put these, when you create your ad, you'll write these names of other people who you're interested in, other things, not just people, things that you're interested in, hobbies, TV shows, motivational speakers, celebrities. You're going to type these things in, but first you need to do that breakdown. Do it in a Word document, write them all there so you have them there, okay? And then picture creation, you can do that in PicMonkey. You have to make a picture. So when you, does anyone see, raise your hand if you saw an ad on Facebook before. Okay, so you know how it has like a picture and then like a little tiny thing and then it has like a button for you to click to go to wherever? That's what you'll be creating for yourself. So you need to create a picture, of course. So you can do that again, picmonkey.com or wherever, there's other sites too. This is just one I use. So next slide.
Yeah. When you do picture creation, if it's for an ad, cut out the text off the picture. Because if you're boosting and making that ad, they will deny it.
Yeah, so and that's another thing that you'll have to work with. This isn't, once you learn something, you know how it is when you first learn something, it's kind of a pain in the ass at first. But then you do it again, you kind of get the hang of it. You're like, oh, no big deal, just change this one thing. So that's going to have, Facebook has to, a person at Facebook, not a computerized system, literally has to approve every ad. So when you create an ad, somebody at Facebook has to approve that. If they see text on your photo, sometimes they're going to deny that. They're going to say, nope, not going to have that go through. Or if it's, there's other things that trigger it too, but I've done text on my pictures that have gone through. It's just hit and miss though, but if you want it to go, I would just do no text, just to have it go easy for you. So here is, okay, this is how you're gonna start creating your ad, okay? So now you have your list of your target market, the things that you're interested in. You are ready to create your ads. You have your pic made at PicMonkey. So now you're gonna go to your like page. This is actually my like page that you're seeing. You're gonna go to the upper right-hand corner and then see that arrow right there at the top? That arrow, it's on everyone's Facebook. So you're gonna click that and then you're gonna go to create ads, okay? You can also go to, it's not on here right now, but see how this is in the way right now, but there's also a button underneath there that says build audience. And you can actually boost your page from there. So you can click build audience or you can go to create ads. I just wanted it to be, because it's kind of the language in the build audience was a little bit different. It didn't have the word create ad. So I just wanted to make it very, it's the same thing, okay? So now you're gonna decide what you wanna do. Send people to your website or your freemium. Remember we talked about that? You created this freemium, or you have a YouTube video you want people to see, or you have whatever it is, you can send people to a website or your blog. You can promote your blog right from Facebook. So by paying for an ad, you're not only getting likes on your like page, you're getting people to view a YouTube video, getting people to opt into your freemium, getting people over to your website, whatever it is. Or you could just do build promote page, and that would be getting more likes on your Facebook. So go to the next slide. Okay, here's creating ads continued. So you have to get a creative headline, example. There's my example. I'm not saying that I'm very creative or that's creative, but you're gonna see other ads in your newsfeed and now you're gonna be like, oh, I'm taking note of that. I want you to write that down because that's that inspiration that you need. When you see something that somebody else posted, might have been about organic gardening, use that creative text or how they worded it or what they said, but make it your own about your freemium, okay? Okay, so text of the ad, make it read like a regular post, okay? Select CTA, call to action. So it could be like my call to action is change your mindset today, and then there's a button that says join now or learn more or something like that. So that's my call to action. Keep your age group narrow. So you don't want to always go to the, so different for everybody. So you want to go younger, unless you're like 21, then I don't think that you should go younger, of course. But so for me, I usually do, and this is just what who do you click with? Who are your friends? What age are they? Okay, that's what you have to think about. Mine is around 26 or 25 to 38. I don't know. It's something like that. I can't remember, but it's in that range, you know, kind of like my age. And then, so you want to keep that narrow though, because you don't want to do 15 to 85 because you're going to have a huge, you want to find your target. Keep it narrow, okay? I do female. That's just who, obviously most of my team, they're females. I feel like because I'm a mom, mostly moms relate to me. So I don't know, I choose female. So if you have a lot of male and female on your team, or you feel like you click, then do both. Or if you're a male and you want to just do male, do that. I just do female. Select your interests, your language, demographics. So obviously you can do what I just do English because I wouldn't know how to talk to somebody who spoke all these other languages. I do English, and then those interests. Remember that doc that you created that I told you to create? So now you're gonna have all those interests, hobbies, people. You fill that in the section. A screen will come up. You'll go create ad. A screen will come up, and it's simple. It walks you through. It's like type your headline here, and then it'll show you a visual of what it looks like. You're like, oh wait, that's not what I thought it was going to do. I'm going to change that so it looks better. Okay, now that looks good. Now I'm going to upload a picture. Okay, now that's what it looks like. Sweet. And then it's going to say interest, and you just plunk every info. It's so simple, and I just want to stress how simple it is because, I mean, for so long we all didn't do ads because we thought it was hard. But isn't it simple? It's just simple. Okay. Unclick right column only if you're paying for impressions. So, okay, this is going to be self-explanatory when you see it, but I just thought I'd add that. Again, I don't want you to pay for impressions unless you want to, unless you think that's better for you. I pay for clicks, so just so you know. Next slide. Oh, I guess we need to play the video.
So you give them an example on
Oh, wait,
how
don't
cheap
play it
it
yet.
could be, like how cheap it actually is for a Facebook ad.
Yeah, why don't
know what
you, here, Liz will stand up and talk. She loves it.
I should have read today. I do not need to.
Okay, well, anyway, she was just saying how cheap is this? So if you guys are thinking like these ads cost like thousands of dollars or something, and no, not at all. It could be as cheap as, isn't it like $5 a
I
day?
do 3 a day.
Or 3 a day.
I think
$1
$1
a day.
Oh, $1 a day?
Yeah,
Oh, on your phone, yeah, it only says 20 on your phone or something, right?
Five.
Oh, 5.
And then you can go low.
When you promote a page, though, the lowest is 20 from your phone, right? No?
You could go.
Well, I guess I quit. I thought it was 20. Okay, so anyways, $3 a day. Or $1 a day is the cheapest.
So what is $3 a day get you?
So it's like you set up an amount. So it'll give you, okay, on average, this is what you should say. Let it be how much cents.
I do 3 a day, but it's gonna depend. When you first start out, you're not gonna get a ton of likes, but once your page gets over, I think it's 1,000 likes, then you'll get more out of the $3. So I think like at first I was getting, I don't know, 10 to 20 likes, and then now my page has hit like 6,000 likes, and now I get probably 70 a week. So I think it just depends.
And when you go there and choose the dollar amount, it'll say this dollar usually on average gives you this many likes. This amount gets you this many likes. So it tells you, so you can decide what's good for you. And then you can edit it. So if it's not working out, it's not like you're committed to spend $3 a day for the rest of your life to Facebook. Just cancel that ad, pause it, whatever you want to do. Or you could run it only for a week. You can customize it all. So it's really simple. So it's not something that's gonna be super expensive.
I was reading up on something about the ads recently, and we have to change them. If you set it for a week, you will not get nearly the traction that you will if you just let it run open-ended. And the longer it runs,
And then you just shut it off.
And builds and builds. And I ran one for, it was for 2 months for $1 a day, and I probably got 1,500 likes out of it.
Really?
That one month.
For how long?
For about 2 months I ran.
Okay, so she ran an ad for 2 months for $1 a day, and it was 1,500 likes she got out of that.
Just stopped it.
And she just stopped it. So what she was saying, I just want to make sure you guys all heard, is that she read somewhere that if, you know how I just said you can do it only for a week or whatever, she said if you just have it be ongoing, because that's an option too. Start today, ongoing. That means you shut it off whenever you want. then that actually gets more traction and builds momentum over time.
And that might be why mine is where it's at, because mine just continually has gone first.
Yeah. So it's better to just let it be ongoing, and then you can manually edit it yourself.
Sorry.
No, that's good. I love questions. It's okay.
So with the like page, you know, with the picture and everything like that you're gonna post, and also the name of the page, do you just should you just use your name, or should you have like a title to it? You know, like it's fit, or, you know, whatever. But and same with the ad picture. Should it be a picture of you? Should it be like a motivational picture? You know, so
That's a really, really good question. I recommend using your name, because again, we're trying to brand you as a person, as a coach or whatever. But that's what I recommend, is just using your name. I think these girls did that too. No, you do it a different name.
I have it on my blog, as my blog name.
Okay, so she has a blog. It's Bling Girl Fitness. So then she kind of created a like page for her. That's her brand. So she has a blog. It's her thing. So you can do it that way as well. So she kind of has you kind of have like a like page. You turned your like page into your blog like page.
Right.
Yeah. So that's kind of what she did. So it's not, even though it's a public person, it's still set up as that, right?
Mine says coach, I think.
I don't know what mine is, but I just know that Shalene says public person.
I just can't change it anymore. So.
Yeah, see, we started our stuff before we knew what was going on, but Shalene says public person, so I'm teaching you the right way. So anyways, I would just say your name, and as for pictures, that's up to you. See what works and what doesn't work. Try 2 different ones for a very cheap amount and just see which one takes off, you know? You have to just really go through Pinterest. I'm like obsessed with Pinterest. Go through Pinterest and figure out what catches your eye, like what makes you stop, or even Facebook when you see ads. Of course, I already said that, but
Recipes are great for people starting out on like pages, because everybody wants recipes.
everybody. I have 56,000 people on my like page, and I asked, hey, what do you guys want to see more of? And almost everyone said more recipes. I'm like, well, dang, I can't cook, so you guys can leave. Yeah, well, I'll just find Pinterest and then I'll put it up here. Okay, we ready to play? Does anybody else have questions? Oh, wait, there's more questions. You go.
For example, the recipes, like everyone in these like other groups or whatever, if you like fitness groups, and I posted like a picture of something that I need, and everyone's like, can I have a recipe? Can I have a recipe? Is that something you can kind of link to your like page from there, or
From where's the recipe?
like for example, I'm in a body beast group or whatever.
Oh.
Like, can I have that recipe? And I didn't post the recipe, and like I don't have time to type out this right now.
So is it your group?
It's,
your body
it's
beast?
not my group. It's a general body beast group.
So you want to link to that recipe from inside that group?
Yeah, is that something that you would recommend or not recommend?
Probably a blog. Couldn't you do a blog, and then that's where you put
Like
your
say, hey, I've got
Yeah.
a recipe on
Opt-in
my
or something?
page if you want it or something. Or
So are you saying to link it to people? So the people from your like page click a link and they go to the body beast group?
no,
Or are you
the other
saying
way,
take it
take from the body beast group where I posted
and put it on your like page?
and bring them to my like page to get that recipe.
I don't know.
You could, but the only thing that I would think in the end is if it's just a general body beast group, it's probably loaded with coaches, so you're just bringing people that are coaches likely to your page, so it's not really gonna benefit you. Okay.
It's about
But if you
that.
have other
Yes.
groups that are not Beachbody related, you know, you said you were part of a lot of groups, didn't you?
Yeah.
So if it was one that wasn't Beachbody related, then maybe try that. It just depends on who the admin of the group is, really, if they care. Otherwise, I don't know. Can't you just take the recipe and repost it? That's your own. Like, oh, I guess you want
Because
people
you
to go
want
in
them
there.
to-
Yeah. Gotcha.
I think it's great.
Gotcha.
And you said we want like besides the blogger.
I have WordPress. That's one I always recommend is WordPress. But the only thing about WordPress, it's not as easy as Blogspot. So you might need to go to Elance and hire somebody to build you this thing, literally for like $50 to $100. I mean, Elance is, you hire people to do things for so cheap and they do a good job. Obviously, you have to look at their reviews and make sure you're hiring somebody good. And maybe, are you good at computers? Well, I created my blog myself when I first started, but I just want to tell you, it wasn't worth the time. I was like up for 3 nights in a row. It was a headache. If I could go back in time, I would have just invested the $100 to have somebody do it because it would have saved me so much time. Yes, because I do recommend the paid because there's a free version of WordPress and I recommend the paid because then you own it. But with Blogspot, you can go to Lindsay Stay is a coach that uses Blogspot. I think Lindsay Matway uses Blogspot. Katie Hefner does, and then basically every other coach that I know has WordPress. You know, but if you just want a more homemade look, that would be Blogspot. Squarespace, she just said, is another one. So you can look at what you want, and then. And are we ready for the video?
We're trying. We had to go into his email.
I cannot mock Michael Neiman and Jeff Hill. I'm excited for you guys to hear the announcements, but don't worry, because okay. Hey Brittany, you'll get through the announcements by it's 15 minutes of announcements. So yeah,
I think most of not really what we wanted to. I think we want to. We need to connect to the Wi-Fi.
Does everybody have a PC that knows how to connect to Wi-Fi?
oh, you're gonna see it. I know.
Sick of that.
You go right
Did
down here,
Appleton.
that little thing.
And
Down
I did
there.
I was like, yeah, there you go. I was just being funny. That's why I was like, I'm playing. Christ, I lived here too. I loved it here. I still
Oh, my thing is
I just want to see what it
It's
says.
not here.
what's this red one?
I know
Why do you need the internet?
Of like my 20.
To play the video.
Why it's downloaded?
He will be in the work.
What about on your
There's not
I don't know. Like I said, I already have 3 people, 2 for positive who are
Okay.
and like a third person was like, let me know.
If anyone needs
And I won't-
somebody, now would be a great time. We're talking about that real quick.
I did it. I can't get up here. Up there, but not on here. Now it's changing up there.
I just saw it now. No, that's not.
Oh, it's your video speaker here. Yeah. Right here, but now I don't have.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have to. Do you need to take this down?
Bottom right.
Bottom right, okay.
That's a 4-year-old.
Now we got.
Oh, little triangle.
Oh, he's talking about this.
Word
It should be a top there.
Holy cow. Thank you.
It was hard to work with.
No, yeah.
I wish there was that here. You're gonna be like. I work too. Oh wait, this is how it's here. I don't know.
My issue is
I
like go to work.
I can like see that or most of the water pictures. People do not want to see my
This was like messy, like,
No, but I
like
tried.
so all hanging out.
It's not really-
It takes a second to pop up. There's something that's what I did.
On full screen, Is it not working?
I just don't know to get this on, like the video on the screen. Why can I see it screen?
Your screen is there, and what you do is there.
Can you guys see my mouse?
Yes.
I tried to see what was it for the things that they're
Yeah.
Can you just, does it show it right from there? Well, it's not showing the screen at all.
That's what it.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. When you clicked on, down here. Yeah. So somehow you can't unlink that.
Okay, maybe this will work. Let's try it.
So if I just say what you have to do.
Can you click on, can you use your phone? Maybe it's your phone.
It's not showing any. It's just a lot. When you had it here or there, it showed that, and then it didn't show anything. That's why.
Not there right now either? Oh, I didn't call because I
Okay, so it's yeah.
seriously?
Yeah, you can see like your background and all your little things, but all your little like.
I'm on the edge.
Sometimes they miss it.
That's why I'm looking forward about that. Oh, you have one.
I know maybe this, sometimes like once the big one comes through, if there's anything else. I'm like, there's anything else, let me know. It's exciting here.
That's vegan.
It's a projected second screen. What's that?
Okay.
Hi.
Okay, that's good. Okay, got it. Thank you.
It's funny because I only know that one's just shared.
Okay, is everybody ready?
Especially this one.
Audio. Try it. Sorry, guys.
Really too much.
It seems to be playing for here.
The closest thing I came up to was Morris Plain. They're all like small little areas. It's 2,200 people per square mile. Town, that's what I said. Like the bagel place the other day, I was like, oh, there's 4 people in something. The front store was like this size. I was like, take a number. So it looked like just over the
Oh my gosh.
of Hannah?
Of course not.
I know
you showed me a picture of all of your.
I don't know what I've taken in there.
If you go down here, there's a movie thing for sure right there. It's connected to this. Like, can this get painted tonight? No, that's one of the. That fine is long. Okay, so I'm going to be
Yeah, it took us about this long to finish our kitchen. The backyard. Well, one of the years was just letting the whole side and stuff like that. So
it's hard to
yes, yes, it is. Other than like get your feet back underneath you and stretch your arms and legs out for Christmas. That's what I was telling you guys last night. Good, mellow. Oh, you're able to do that. I'd be like, you know what? I took that week off. I feel like a whole person. Sure. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Just to like release something. I know. Anyway. You can do it at home. Actually, sometimes it's good for your kids to see that. Also, like, oh, there you go. I like to have them.
Okay, guys, we're starting.
July.
How is this not working? I just had a partner.
Wasn't she saying? That's why I wanted to look, so that I didn't see it. I was like, maybe she's.
I know, because there's only so many like options that you have first. I wasn't sure. Right now,
Like, not yet, but I will be. I just take you as a hater anyway.
These two do two. When I put one down, the other one on the other side, there's just really bad. Yeah. Where's this? That's it? No.
I told you this. I should do it.
And I was really trying. Well, I'll take you one more.
Zero. You got zero? Zero. Three, go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I already did that. 5. Oh, sorry. I was never counting over. Yes. It's fine. Wait, we're pushing that rate, after 6 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. Okay, it's gonna be quiet with our speakers, and this is it.
Okay, it's gonna be kind of quiet, so if everyone could just try to be quiet so we can hear, because our speaker is not working for some reason. 1, 2, 3. It's not.
Why don't you put one in the back of my room?
We have to figure this out first. Okay, you're starting it all over?
Hang on, yeah.
Ready?
No, I can't do it back to 0 again. I don't know how to use the PC. You would like,
You don't know?
you did, you already just played, you go down the river, you're gonna shut.
I'm sitting there.
Mine has all press pause. Yeah, so you have to press pause. Okay. 1, 2, 3. That's the best thing's gonna have to do because we have to get this information. Is it off?
Yeah.
What's secondary one?
25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 32,
35, 36, 37,
39, 40, 41, 42, 43.
Okay, we have to be quiet. Okay. Stop. We can't because there's no speaker up here.
Oh, okay. Okay, that was my question.
What is that?
Jill, pick your flavor.
One, two, three.
Sure do. So let's get right to it. Take it away, Jeff.
The fixed ones.
Let's get started with some announcements. Let's talk about 2015 leadership retreat, conference, or even attend the 2-star guide market summit. Find all of the qualification rules and coach options. Make it easier. Just go to FAQ 2015 unit. We'll have links on all of the official forms now. Search last Monday. I'm sure you heard about our exciting and successful trip. If you haven't, March 2016. Back out to sea on SS This time, Royal Caribbean's Liberty received just once completed number of companies fast. So, upgrade to the ship and it's even bigger, more luxurious, and has even more fun stuff for participants. We charter Royal Caribbean's Oasis of the Seas tournament success. This is one of the all the world, all the way night. We set sail for an exciting 5-night cruise. At Haiti, or Jamaica, it is going to be fun, right, Jeff? I just this cruise is going to be awesome. And ask anybody Success Club every month. To learn more about this exciting trend, including how you can get your family paid for, or at least partially paid for, go to ssbeachbody.com. Now, a couple of important things to know. General registration for the cruise starts on Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific time and is on a first come, first served basis. Now, there are 2,700 cabins on the ship, but it will go fast, so if you want to be ready, register. Once the cabins all fill up, we'll start a waiting list. This year, we'll invite people off the waiting list in order to get signed up as long as they achieve Success Club in the prior month. So, and get registered right away, get on the waiting list, and as long as you do Success Club, there's a pretty good chance you'll get an invitation to race. But one last thing cruise dollars, well, January is double cruise dollar month. That means we will double your first $250 cruise dollars. So let's say you're looking at $300 again. We will double your first $250 cruise dollars, giving you a grand total of $550 cruise dollars for the month. Wow. And January is the month to take advantage of that because we have 4 great challenge pack promotions for you. The challenge pack with a new honest program from Sean T and Sanity Max 30 is still on sale through January at $180. And now, Sanity Max 30 Kickstart Challenge Pack, which is also on sale this month for $220. Plus, if that's not enough, we also have the 21-day Fix Challenge Pack and the 3-day Refresh Challenge Pack, both on special for just $140 through January. What can be better than starting off your year with Sean and Autumn? All right, are you with me on that, Jeff? Yes. Couldn't agree with you more. Okay, now for some news about a current product and the not too distant future. Hold on there. What you are about to hear is going to be music cue, please. Bigger than that. That's the passion. This is so good. I think I need Carl Geiger to help this thing. I sat down with Carl the other day. Let's take a look. Okay, Carl. Look this up. That's a big announcement, right?
Honestly, Michael, I think this is the biggest news in the last 16 years. Look at the history of Beachbody, the launch of technology, before that, just the launch of the network itself. Obviously, the IDF was a big revolutionary idea of its time, and this idea of helping people achieve their goals to lead healthy lives, building a company around that concept was a big deal. Now, look at the natural evolution of things. The biggest breakthrough, I think, when you look back at the history of Beachbody, is going to be how we started to incorporate technology into our mission. So in the first quarter of this year, in fact, starting in late January, we will start rolling out and testing Beachbody's digital initiative, streaming.
That is incredible. It is huge. People are going to be able to work out anywhere they have their laptop or phone or tablet. That is something. I know coaches have been asking for to stream their Beachbody workouts for years. So what's taking so long?
Yeah, I mean, what's the big deal? Well, it's interesting because we want to go about this the way Beachbody does things. We want to do it right. The same thing with our digital platform. The goal is to get people results and use this digital domain to do that. Just to be clear, how it works is the same digital catalog is now going to be part of Beachbody Club subscriptions. Talk about the more color section. Talk about fitness, nutrition, and support, and rewards. That happens to all come together tried to incorporate all four pillars of success and attracting real motivation with real people, not just automation, but real people engaging in this, that we want to do it carefully and not just push it all out there and say, hey, it's not an next project. So, for instance, taking the whole PX catalog and we're putting that up into the visual. So, PNDX, PNDX2, and PNDX, that's exactly right. And I think that's going to be great. You know, I'm telling you, the front end, we'll be able to promote around that. And it'll be a good way to put this into an entire program through the digital platform. Yeah. So, besides PNDX series, there's some other great ones that, you know, like start Insanity. Combat. I mean, this is a catalog that we're going to get access to just by well, let's put it in perspective, okay? Being a member of the club, we're not changing the price, but we are putting literally hundreds of dollars of programming into the club for access. The value proposition is unprecedented in these budgets. When you're talking about, you would spend probably about close to $1,000 to get this much programming if you were to buy it on DVD. And now you're getting access to it digitally wherever you are, anytime, anywhere, as they say, just for membership as well. So I think it's going to be a fantastic addition to what folks do. Yeah, I mean, that really is a powerful part of it. Somebody says, yeah, I really don't know what I want. I really don't know what I want. For the 87 for 3 months, they can try out a whole suite of programs and decide which one. Well, it's an amazing value, but here's what's important. Here's why we are testing the waters a little bit. It's also possible that we can give people so much choice that they don't pick, right? We say decide, then succeed. The most important thing is not the technology. The most important thing is the use of the technology. And that's why we think that putting this digital stream service into our coaches is literally the most powerful breakthrough in fitness since they created the first. I mean, it's so, like you said, it comes down to so it's a one more way to help. Now, it's not going to officially launch for a couple months to launch the sport, but we want to get some testing out. So our elite coaches from last year are going to be the very first ones who we're going to give them access into this new digital platform. And so if you qualify as an elite coach last year and you're a club member, we're going to be sending you out a link so that you can check out this great new platform. But you know, Carl, I'm sure there are a ton of other coaches out there that are dying for an opportunity to see people. Well, I think that we should give them. So if you get the Success Club in January, it will be part of getting that seat when we first start class. So you heard it here. If you're a Success Club qualifier in January, you're a club member, right around February 5th, we're going to send you the link so that you can check out the whole digital catalog before anybody else. It's really exciting. No, there's something important. We like to do things right. We could have done this 2 years ago. We could have started streaming. And there are other services out there. But we like to do things in a way that truly has a value proposition, a unique selling proposition. We've gotten a lot of feedback that why is the club doing this is coming. So now, I think what you're going to find is the club is one of the most valuable things that you have to represent to your customers. Even if they just become members in January, now when you represent the talent path, they want to be in that club. This is how we're going to have access to not just the program that they're buying this month, but to other programs as we put more stuff on. So the value of that aspect of the talent pack is now in. This is awesome. I know that I know. I mean, it's funny. We have all of our celebrity trainers who are kind of like, so we gave them some, and their reaction just shows how excited they were on this platform.
You've been waiting, you've been wanting, and now it's almost here.
Beachbody on Demand, where you can just click, stream, and sweat. This is really awesome. Joe, I can hear the family like my cell phone. Instant streaming of over 150 of Beachbody's best-selling fitness titles, and we'll be adding new workouts every month. Goodness, it is about time. Everything you need, all in one place. The nutritional guide, or the recipe book, or